Hi everybody, my name's Matt Day. Welcome to the EASE program. EASE stands for Enrichment Activities for Seniors Everywhere. It's an exciting new program that we've been planning for a long time. The great thing about our program, it's entertainment, but it's entertainment with cognition in mind. So our program features certain elements that engage the residents at a different level. They'll try and engage their brain, engage music, engage memory, engage all kinds of different things to make the program really unique in how it approaches the brain and how it approaches cognition. So what we want to do is not show you the entire 60-minute program that you'll be able to get when you use our basic link streaming package, but we want to show you about a 20-minute version. So I'm going to shorten up some of the songs, I'll shorten up some of the games, and we won't play everything, but this should give you a little taste of what this program looks like. So whenever we start our program, we always like to start right off with a song that's familiar for everybody, but we put the words on the screen as well so people can sing along and really connect right away. So the song I've chosen to start with today is a song called Daydream Believer. Daydream Believer was a song that was written by a band called Monkees, but then Anne Murray, a great Canadian, made it popular back in the 1970s. I gotta say, I like her version the best. So let's sing Daydream Believer. I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but 6 rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. My shaven razor's cold and it stings. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? That was Daydream Believer. Of course, we're not going to sing the whole song right now just because we want to respect your time, because I know you probably got a busy schedule, so we do want to give you a bit of a sample. Now, one of the things we like to feature in all of our programs is some of the great diversity and talent that exists across our country. So we have different entertainers that you're going to see in every show. And the entertainer we want to feature now, his name is Marc Baudin. He comes originally from Saint-Île, Quebec. He's a band leader now in Edmonton. He's lived here with his family for years. He's a lovely band musician. He's a lovely bass player, and he's a lovely classical guitar player. Please enjoy Stand By Me by Marc Baudin. That was Marc Baudin, a beautiful, beautiful classical guitar player. And of course, we're going to keep those songs short right now. In the full program, though, it is a full 2 or 3 minute song. So it's like a nice little mini concert that your residents will get. But we also feature an accordion player. We've got a classical violin player. We have a country singer, a jazz singer. And today I actually filmed an amazing magician. His name is Brent Cairns. He's from Edmonton. You'll love the magic part of his show. We don't do the magic show all the time, but he's so good. You'll love him in the program as well. Now, the main part of the program, of course, is that sing-along component. And we stagger that sing-along component all the way throughout the program. So there's always that sort of engagement that weaves through our program. So we want you to join us in this next song. This is a song by Ian and Sylvia Tyson. It's called 4 Strong Winds, and it was written, I think, back in the 1960s. Ian Tyson still lives on his ranch in southern Alberta, and he wrote a great song that has stuck around a long time. I think Neil Young did a version of this, but I think I'm a little bit partial to Ian and Sylvia Tyson's version of 4 Strong Winds. So please join me. 4 strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. But the good times, they're all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. Think I'll go out to Alberta, things are good there in the fall. Got some friends that I can go to looking for. Still, I wish you'd change your mind if I asked you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more for a strong wind. Again, keeping those songs short just because I want to honor your time today and begin to move through different elements of the program. The next element of the program is a new part of the program, and it's Name That Tune. And why we put a game in like Name That Tune is because we want to adhere to our value of keeping cognition in mind. Again, we want to entertain in a way that engages the brain. So Name That Tune is a great game because what it does, it allows us to play a melody of a song without the actual lyrical content. So a different part of the brain has to listen to just the melody and try to figure out what that song was. So often when the brain hears a song, it then can remember the song. And then there's episodic memory where it might take you back to the 1950s where you might have been married, you might have been hanging out with your friends or riding in a car. So amazing things can happen when we start to play these songs from way back when and see what happens when the brain gets engaged that way. So the first song I'll do 3 songs and Name That Tune. The first song I'm going to play is an Elvis Presley song, just the melody, and see if you can guess it. Do you know it yet? But I can't help falling in love with you. Now, of course, we like to spread the love around when it comes to the diversity, and we also want to include different artists. So the next Name That Tune song is going to be a Beatles song. First 2 notes tell the story, don't they? Yesterday, a lot of people get it right away. It's amazing how the brain stores a melody with just 2 or 3 notes. It can remember right away without any lyrical help at all. I'm going to prove that to you in the next song. I'm going to give you 3 notes in this next song, and I guarantee you're going to know it right away. Right? Moon River. So that's a fun way to engage the brain and have a lot of fun taking those songs that we all know and love, and then having it a bit more components around it, just to build more of an activity that becomes much more engaging. So that's what Name That Tune looks like. Now you can play that in a group. You can play that 2 people in a room or 1 person in a room, however you want to do it. And you can do prizes as well. That's a lot of fun. Sometimes have it a little bit competition, maybe break into a couple of groups. Once, of course, groups are allowed again. However you want to play Name That Tune, it's a lot of fun. And of course, because you're able to stop the stream anytime, you can stop the song and play it at your own pace as well. So that's a nice feature of the Basic Link package, is you can stop that whenever you need to and move ahead as you feel you like to. Now, generally in our programming, we like to feature an artist or maybe a music history fact from yesteryear. So we're going to go back and give you a demonstration of this. This is this month in music history, and we're going to talk about Elvis Presley. In this case, we're going to talk about Elvis Presley in January of 1972. This is the month that Elvis decided he was going to start wearing those big white jumpsuits, those Evel Knievel looking type of jumpsuits there that you see on the screen. I think I'd probably pick the one in the middle. I think I'm more partial to the blue. So maybe, just maybe, if we do an Elvis feature month where it's all Elvis or Elvis feature week, I might just jump in one of those jumpsuits and have some fun with that. So Elvis, as you may not know, Elvis never wrote any songs, but he sang and recorded over 800 songs. So he had quite a prolific career when it came to his discography. But again, he has no writing credits at all. But amazing entertainer. Of course, a very tragic ending to his life. But he left us with such a wealth of music that I want to do 2 songs now in the next segment of our sing-along. And the first song we're going to sing was a song that we did Name That Tune already, and it's the one called Can't Help Falling in Love. Again, lyrics are on the screen. Wise men say only fools rush in, it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? That's Elvis Presley's Can't Help Falling in Love. But he also wrote not just those slow romantic songs. Elvis had a lot of hip shaking, leg shaking, karate chopping, rock and roll as well. So this one is no exception. This is called Hound Dog with a little bit of rock and roll on the piano. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you were high class. Well, that was just a lie. Well, they said you were high class. That was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Little rock and roll get you moving. So again, that's the artist we'd feature, Elvis, at that point. And that would be sort of his little vignette moment in our show. We want you to know that we abide by the SOCAN regulations, and we're affiliated with SOCAN, so that we do all the rights as well, all the song rights. So you don't have to worry about that. We take care of that on our end, so that we do everything legally and up front. We want to honor the artists actually that have written these songs. And as a piano player and a songwriter myself, I want to make sure that those artists are credited. So we do take care of all the SOCAN ourselves, a benefit of having the EASE program. So we want to move on to another part of the program. This is a bingo game. Now, I'm just going to show you a sample of what it looks like, because to actually play it takes a little bit longer. It's about 15 minutes or so in the actual program. Plus, I send you a PDF of whatever bingo game we're going to play that day. So let's say it's 50s and 60s, like we're going to demonstrate here. You would get a PDF downloaded. Actually, it'll be right on our website, so you'll be able to download that. And then you'll be able to hand out those cards to anybody who wants to play. There are, I think, 30 variations. So copy that as many times as you need to. Slide it under a door. You can have people around tables. Again, when distancing is properly allowed, groups are allowed again. And the bingo game basically looks like this. I'll demonstrate 3 songs in the bingo game. I will sing these songs in the bingo game. And just take a marker, a red marker, whatever you want, a black marker. Make an X on the square when you hear that song or when you find that song. And by the way, for you rec therapists, this is a great scanning game. It's great because you have to listen and you have to scan as well. So you're getting memory, you're getting visual, you're getting a lot of things going on at the same time. So let's give you a little sample here. So I would start like this. Good old song from the 1960s. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, headed for the train, feeling nearly faded as my jeans. And the nice thing about playing is I'll just sort of stop and talk a little bit and say, anybody know that song at this point? Well, if you guess Me and Bobby McGee, you'd be right. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Freedom ain't worth nothing, but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me, Bobby McGee. So I may play the songs a little bit longer. It's nice to sort of just connect and listen to the music. Sometimes I'll play them short depending on how much time we have left in the program. But we don't just, of course, do one style of music. We want to cover lots of eras to, again, recognize the diversity that exists within the residents that are in your particular organization. We want to recognize that as well. So let's have some fun with some Jerry Lee Lewis. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much of love drives a man insane. You broke my will, what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Anyway, got carried away, have a little bit of fun like that. But some of the seniors love that stuff. They love that old rock and roll music and us having a little bit of fun. That was Jerry Lee Lewis, Great Balls of Fire. So again, you're going to move your X around onto the spot on your page. When you get 5 in a row, you get bingo. You can also play the X or play a picture frame or 4 corners. It doesn't matter, whichever way you like to do it. One more song. Let's do one from the 1960s. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, happiness. Hello, loneliness. I think I'm gonna die. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, sweet caress. Hello, emptiness. Think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye, my love, goodbye. That was Bye Bye Love by the Everly Brothers. Don and Phil Everly had a fight in 1973, I think it was, on stage, and they broke up. And they've only played a few times for some charity events since then. But what a great duo they were. Songs like Wake Up Little Susie and Dream. They were so good together. And I love hearing the sound of the Everly Brothers. And I'm sure you enjoy that. What great music we had back then. Now, every time we do our program, we like to offer a couple of artists, or at least 2 different artist spots in the program. So I'm going to show you a different artist. Her name is Ruth Blaze, and she's a vocalist. We had Mark Bodan at the beginning playing guitar. Ruth Blaze is a lovely jazz vocalist from Edmonton. So please enjoy her version of What a Wonderful World.
I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbows, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by.
Again, to honor your time, we want to make sure that we're keeping these songs short. That song normally would be a couple of minutes. So you'd have 5 to 6 minutes total of various artists that will be performing and providing that nice diversity each time we do a program. And we'll know you're going to enjoy that. Again, keeping with our sing-along, we want to end with a sing-along as well. So we're going to end with a song by Roger Miller, and this song is called King of the Road. Again, lyrics will be on the screen for you. I'll be down in the corner. Enjoy the song. We always like to end with a song that's familiar and upbeat, and start with a song that's familiar and upbeat too. Again, that engagement is so important to everything that we do. Okay, here we go. Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents, no phone, no pool, no pets, ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. 3rd boxcar, midnight train, destination Stony Plain, old worn out suit and shoes. I don't pay no union dues, I smoke old stogies I've found, short but not too big around. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. You know, we've got so many sing-along songs like that in our repertoire that are so fun to sing and so engaging. So that's what a glimpse of the Ease program looks like in just a short amount of time. We, of course, didn't have time to do the full 60-minute program, but that's what you will get. You will get all of these elements, plus you'll get things like music trivia and music Jeopardy and some music era games that we play as well. We only showed you a portion of the games that we have, but again, the way we entertain, we want to entertain and engage the brain as well, right? We want to engage the brain. So important in this program, and so important to your residents as well. So please visit easemusic.ca. There's a form there you can fill out. Send us your information. We'd love to be in touch with you and talk to you about a program that looks right for you, explain a little bit more about the basic link package and how you can subscribe to that. So thanks again for watching. EASE again stands for Enrichment Activities for Seniors Everywhere, and we hope that we can do just that for your seniors wherever you are.